Alright, welcome. We are about to go racing here for the 35th of 36 races this season here at Memphis Motorsports Park. This is a 0.75 mile little oval, very similar to where we raced at just previously yesterday. And we will be going to have a good one here today. This race is probably going to be much shorter than yesterday's, that's for sure. But while we're at it, let's take a look at our starting lineup for today's race once everything gets loaded in and right on time. So our pole sitter for this race is the 45 of Raccoon. Not his first pole this season. That's how he got into the All-Star race. Actually, he won and had a pole. But here we go. He's our pole sitter, followed by the racer in row number 2. Row 3 is Imposter and Gun. Row 2 is Imposter and Gun. Row 3 is Squidward and Jinx. Row 4 is Igus and Miku. Row 5, Melee Fox and Meloetta. Row 6, Sheepmobile and Chow. Row 7, Donkey Kong and Among Us. Row 8, So Retro and Dogecube. Row 9, Eggdog and Cubendorf. Row 10, Beavy and Goots. Row 11, Raceland No Maidens. Row 12, McQueen and Amori Cube. Row 13, Trolling and Pac-Mobile. Row 14, Sanic and Daisy. Row 15, Fear and Dragalia Lost. Row 16, Billiclat and Pecorine. Row 17, Squid Games and Sands Club. Row 18, Hee Hee Ha and Bob the Builder. Row 19, Cole and Hubris. Row 20, Shadow and Dumbcat. And rounding out the field, once again, is the O2 of Omori Sr., currently dead last in points as we speak. Now, let's take a look at our current eligible playoff contenders and where they're starting. This 10 of Squidward is in a must-win situation going into this race. He needs to win to get into the round of 4, and for both the races we've had previously, neither of them were won by playoff drivers, so all the spots are still open going into this next race. Meanwhile, you've got Dogecube in the 00, also below the cutoff line. Eggdog, 35 points below the cutoff line. And then Nomori Cube is the furthest behind. He is 45 points behind the cut line. Trolling as well, not too far above the line either. The only one who has a significant advantage is the 5 of Hee 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 Ha. He's pretty much guaranteed to make it in unless something catastrophic happens today. He starts deep in the field. So does Bob the Builder, and so does Hubris. And remember, last week Hubris had that engine problem. Let's see if anything else will happen today. The green flag is out, and we're racing in the final race of the round of 8 here at Memphis. Raccoon gets a good start. Gets the outside lane the way he wants it. These camera angles are not fantastic now that I realize that. And he gets away with an early lead here at Memphis Motorsports Park. Like I said, this will probably be a pretty short race compared to other stuff, but you know, look at this camera right here. Pretty badass. Pretty bad to the bone if I say so myself. But Raccoon will lead the first lap, get 5 bonus points, and even though he is not in contention for the championship, if Hubris falls out of the championship after today's race, then he will still be in contention for the grand prize, because Hubris is the only one left in the championship, or the Elite 8, that can win that. And if she gets eliminated, it's all back to everyone else now, which includes Dragalia Lost, Raccoon, Hubris, and I forget who the last one is. Ooh, a bit of a stack up here in the back of the pack as Cole gets shuffled out to the rear of the field. Same with his teammate Daisy. He is very close for Sands Club and the 44 of Daisy there. Bit of 3-wide action though in that section of the track. Sands Club further back, but one cube you really need to look out for is this 07. Starts deep in the field today. Not the greatest on short tracks, even though she did win one at Dover. But she's really going to need a miracle here today in case she wants to win a race, or at least get into the round of 8, because she's already in a pretty deep hole now in terms of points by starting further back. Same with the 33 of Trolling. Honestly, I think it's going to be very close for that last spot, because the cutoff line was between... Oh, is there caution? People are slowing down pretty heavily now. No, I guess not. No caution out, but I saw some people checking up right there. But now we potentially got a battle for the lead as here comes Jinx in the 42, looking to pass Raccoon. Could potentially make it 3 playoff drivers in a row, or 3 non-playoff drivers who have won a race in a row. And he's also not won a race yet this season, so he's looking forward to do that here. He's looking forward to do it in style. Trying to take the inside from the 45 here. Can he get there? No, he cannot, but he's still going to be on the back bumper of him here. Raccoon's been good at these short tracks pretty much all season. Has had a bunch of mishaps, but he's managed to make it to the round of 12 in the playoffs before getting eliminated, and now he's just trying to hope and get as many points as he can to try and fight with Hubris for that grand prize if the 07 ends up falling out, as we've got a battle for second now between Imposter and Jinx, and looks like the 34 is going to try and go for the lead. He had a good qualifying position, so he should have a run for it now, if he can get to it. And now Trolling in the 33 is shuffled out to the back, as is of 2 of Amori Cube. 2 playoff drivers that do not need to be in the back of the pack right now, as that 2 is 45 points below the cut line as we speak. So right there in an absolute must-win situation. So if they can do what So Retro did in the last race and win off of pit strategy, then, or hope a caution doesn't screw them over on pit stops, then they could be in a great advantage to try and get a win, but who knows if that'll actually end up happening today, considering the pit window in the last race was over 100 laps, so they may not even have a chance to pit at this track before, oh, the 2 massively slowed there out of turn 2. But once Raccoon gets back onto the backstretch here, I want to point out a little bit of a design flaw on the track. Watch this wall right here. There's a gaping opening right there, and if someone goes into that part of the wall head first, that's going to leave a mark for a while, that's for sure. That might even cause a flip with this package. But there's the Racer and Miku, 2 accomplished short track racers this season. Both of them had good showings. Both of them had great speed, actually, last race at IRP, and now they're looking to back that up with another good short track run here today. There's Igus in the 19, which news broken is that they will be getting a completely new design for the next season. Haven't revealed what it is just yet, but stay tuned for the updates on that whenever that gets leaked, and probably have a new number as well. Considering a certain number will probably not be taken after next season. There's Amelia Fox, who led the most laps at IRP last week, but got screwed over by pit stops. Maybe he could be a force to win the race at the end of the day. Currently, our highest running playoff driver is the 10 of Squidward. Not exactly how you'd expect him to do, because he's usually not that great at short tracks, but he had some good speed last week, or not last week, yesterday at IRP. Managed to get a top 10 position. He's looking forward to doing it again, maybe getting into the round of 4 and fight for a championship. Considering he was just kind of mid in the original season 1 where he started off, he's looking forward for a championship here. It's all about who goes where in this scenario and how they will finish in this, and how or who will make the championship for. And we'll also make sure who will be eliminated after today. Miku now passes the Racer for 3rd place, looking to try and get her 2nd short track win this season. She won at Dirt Bristol, which is going to be replaced by regular Bristol next season. And I will confirm that our schedule will shrink to a size of 20 races. However, there will be a balance between all of the track types, which means we'll have 5 of each. We'll have 5 intermediates, 5 short tracks, 5 road courses, and 5 super speedways, so that every track and every stat category can get the amount of time to shine. Because I believe we did not have a lot of road courses this season. We only had 3, and only 1 cube won all of them. Speaking of which, we got our first cube on pit road. It's the 3 of Shadow. Once again, another mechanical problem this season. He's going to have to come down pit road. Thankfully, it's only just a tire, but he's probably going to be trapped a couple laps down for sure. But he's our first one with the mechanical issue here at Memphis. And he started way in the back, so he gets to get in pit road pretty quickly, but he's going to be stuck there for a while as Raccoon looking to already lap him. So he will be going a lap down, unfortunately, so looks like he's out of there. Is he out of there? Yeah, he is out of there. So he is still running in this race, but Raccoon continues to lead. We were already 18 laps in at 100, so yeah, you can tell this is going by very fast. Miami will probably be a very moderately length race, although it'll be a very pretty track, so that's to compensate. I always like Miami. I wish it was the season finale IRL for the Cup Series, but unfortunately it just had to go to Phoenix because NASCAR likes doing that kind of stuff. Probably because it rains a lot in Florida. I don't know. But our top 10 right now consists of our leader Raccoon, then Imposter in 2nd, Miku 3rd, trying to go for 2nd, the Racer 4th, Igus 5th, Chow having a good run right now in 6th. Remember, he almost won at Dirt Bristol, but ended up getting passed late. 7th is Gun, 8th is Among Us, 9th is BV, And 10th is Melee Fox, who's already gotten himself back into the top 10. Could he be a challenger for the lead? Maybe, maybe not, as Jinx has fallen back quite a bit since the start. After he failed to take the lead away from Raccoon, he's fallen back to 11th. So not a good start for that 42. Sheepmobile having a good run here in 12th. He's won at a short track earlier this year. He dominated every lap at Nazareth and ended up winning that race. Unfortunately, that track is not coming back for the next season. I still haven't finalized the new schedule yet. I was originally planning on running a 32 race schedule, but I felt like dividing it equally between every track type would probably be the best case scenario for all of the contenders. Oh, we got another problem on the track. It is Shadow back on pit road again. Getting tires once again. Strange. He's gonna put it. That's good. He's already 4 laps down now. He's just gonna have to go more and more now. So huge tough break for the 3. He's gonna have to hope that more people fall out with issues. Try a track like this, brakes could easily be a problem. But Miku has now moved up to 3rd right now. Our fastest lap right now is by our leader Raccoon at 22.518. Actually, looks like the tires are wearing down pretty quickly on this surface. Could be just the time. Could be just being at lap 24. But if we have one pit stop before the end of this race, I'd be surprised. I guess in the 19, trying to hold off the 96 of Chow. Let's see if she can do it here going into turn 3. Chow has been either good or bad on the road courses and just bad everywhere else, maybe, except for maybe the super speedways. But he is being chilling right now, trying to catch the draft of the 19 here, trying to pass her for position. Melee Fox is, I believe he's dropped. You know, he's trying to actually pass Among Us for the 9th place spot. Can he do it here? They're side by side. He's got it. But he's not entirely clear yet, but can the 53 run the high line all the way up and try and pass him back? At the line, it's going to be close, but Melee Fox barely gets ahead of the 53 there for the 9th place spot. And he is fighting back on that outside lane, but it looks like he's going to clear him here. It looks like Jinx is going to try and go for it too in the 42. Let's see if he can do that. I'm a lot more attentive today, so commentary is going to be a bit more frequent than it has been in recent races. I've taken notice of that. Meloetta and Squibber going at 2 race winners this season. Actually, 1, 2, 3 race winners in a row right here. And a past champion, the 95. Ooh, slides up a little bit. 70 does. And there's So Retro, the winner at IRP. The sleeper victory that nobody really expected. But is a welcoming win from that 08 team. You can tell that team is on some great momentum because they're having a decent run here in 16th, trying to get past McQueen, our past champion. And look at Donkey Kong with a run on Dogekeep here, trying to get past him. But now that we've covered our leaders, let's go back to the cubes in the back of the pack. Ooh, Bob the Builder has fallen off significantly. He's in 40th right now, with Shadow 5 laps down behind him. Omori Sr. is still pretty far back, so is Trolling. Hubris has actually gained quite a few spots at the start of this race, but she is still not doing too hot. She needs to basically be in the top 10, I believe, if she needs to make it to the next round, or at least in the top 20, and be ahead of most of the contenders. She's right now ahead of the 5, the 33, the 2, and the 46. So even if she does finish low here today, she still needs to beat at least 3 or 4 other contenders. Ooh, problems. It's a 2. Oh, as soon as I mentioned the 2 of Omori Cube, he's got an engine problem. And a horrible round of 8 for this cube is going to put him in last place for the 2nd time. Oh, that might bring out a caution, actually. He's slow on the track. Let's take a look at the pace car. Is the caution going to come out? Yes, it is. Caution is out for the 2 of Omori Cube, who is blown up and stalled on the back straightaway. And that is going to end his playoff hopes and put the nail in the coffin for any chances of him winning a championship. 2 wins this season were not enough to get him up there. As the pace car pulls off here, Raccoon will lead them to this caution period here at lap 32. It looks like they're all coming on pit road, so now they are all guaranteed to make it to the end on fuel, that's for sure. But you can tell the tire wear was really getting to them here, as the last lap for Raccoon, a 23.3 compared to his fastest lap of a 22.5. We may see a new fastest lap under this next green flag period. See, everyone except maybe the 3 of Shadow are coming on pit road now. Yep, the 3 is staying out. I believe Shadow will make it to the end of the race as well. There's a very wide pit road, so don't expect a lot of collisions. Famous last words. But let's see who gets out of pit road first. It may be the 45, it may be the 16. They both have pretty good pit road, starting spots. So they're both in a good position here. Looks like they're all taking 4 tires and fuel, so it looks like they're trying to make it to the end here on the momentum they've got. It looks like Raccoon's going to be first out of pit road. Miku gets out third. Igus gets out fourth. Then Chow. Ooh, the racer's taking a really long time. Among Us is going to be... Ooh, McQueen gained a bunch of spots off of pit road. He went from 23rd to the top 10. Same with Blood Clot and Squid Games. So all of them had very fast pit stops. And Hubris is actually up here as well. So she benefited quite a bit off of that pit stop. And she's going to now try to make it to the end and try and get into this round of 4. Bob the Builder, Sands Club, and the rest of the field coming out now. Oh, 4? Oh, wow. Squidward's still on pit road, too. And oh, no. These guys didn't get out of pit road in time, and now they're going to be stuck a lap down. Unfortunate. Looks like a bunch of those guys are playoff contenders. I might actually throw the yellow here so those guys can get back on the lead lap. If they even can get on the lead lap here. Well, they won't be ahead of anyone, I don't think. So, I don't know. But that really sucks for them if they're going to be stuck a lap down. That's actually better for Hubris. That's better for her chances to get in. Same with the 46. Actually, the 46 was a lap down. But Raccoon will lead them to pit road. Our new top 10 is Raccoon, then Imposter, then Miku, then Igus, then Chow, BV, Melee Fox, Among Us, McQueen, and Blood Clot. That is your current top 10. Squid Games runs 11th. Sheepmobile, I believe Squid Games is eliminated, so he does not count for the playoffs. So Retro 13th, Cubendor 14th, who finished second last race, by the way. He is definitely a sleeper pick for these short tracks, so watch out for him later in this race. Fear is 15th, Hubris 16th. 17th is Omori Jr., 18th is Peccary, 19th is Cole. I think a bunch of these guys took 2 tires. Oh yeah, a bunch of guys are a lap down now. It's all the way up to the 20 Sanic. So if those guys are stuck behind Raccoon on this restart, I might just throw the yellow to let those guys get their laps back. At least if they get ahead of him here. And Shadow will move to the inside lane as they will restart this time. Unfortunately, there is no mod yet to make them run double file like they do IRL, but it is how it is, I guess. But that puts Trolling a lap down. That puts Doge Cube a lap down. That puts Eggdog as well. And Eggdog was very far behind in points. Same with the 80 of Raceland. Squidward's a lap down now. So is Goots and Meloetta and Donkey Kong and Gun and the Racer. So they must have had issues on pit road. At least some of the faster guys to cause them to get stuck a lap down now under this pit road cycle. So they couldn't get out in time, and that's what caused them to have issues. So I guess all 6 of them had issues on pit road, so I guess it's technically not the game's fault. I'll have to review that later, but green flag is back out. The 45 gets a great restart here, but he's going to be battling on the outside lane, and he gets a great jump from there, and he gets away with the lead. But how long he's going to have it for? The Shadow is technically on older tires, so he's going to be a bit of a nuisance to everyone else trying to pass him. They will continue to lead every lap in this race so far. And now Imposter's got several contenders who are still fast that can to pass so that he can get back out to the front and potentially battle for the lead, but now seems to be not the time for him. And now it looks like everyone else is still in the top lane, but now Among Us in the 53 trying to get to the bottom. Can he do it here? No. Foster in the 34 still sticking behind. Eggdog is also going to get by him now, making another obstacle for him to pass to get to the lead. So these lap cards are really not helping the situation. Meanwhile, let's look further back in the field. Bob the Builder still struggling pretty hard after that series of pit stops. And a bunch of guys got shuffled around overall. Those guys that took 2 tires, I believe, are starting to... Actually, let's see if they actually did take 2 tires. Oh yeah, Milwaukee took 2, Packmobile took 2, Sanic took 2. So a bunch of guys did take 2 tires. Interesting. Oh, wait, no. I may be wrong. No, they did all take 4 tires. They just had faster pit stops. Interesting. Maybe someone held people up in the back, and that's why they got around to get up front. Ooh, problems. It's the 30th Sheepmobile with a problem. He was in the back of the pack, though, so he's going to be fine. Oh, he might actually stop on track. We may have another yellow here. Uh-oh, he's got to get back to the bottom. He's going to be on the racing line. He's stuck on track. Is the caution out again? Yes, caution is out again. The exact same spot where Amori Cube had his problem, and we are going to have our second caution of the day here for Sheepmobile losing a tire and stalling on the backstretch. Another cube that's just had an unfortunate history of mechanical problems this season. Oh, that's damage too. Yeah, no wonder why he had to stop. It was probably a loose wheel or something. We are under our second caution. We're just about to get done with halfway, though. But now these lap cubes are going to file back in on the inside. Nobody's going to take any chances on pit road, from what I see. Considering it hasn't been long since our last caution. But right now, let's take a look at where our playoff contenders are at right now. Currently, Trolling sits in 27th, 1 lap down. As Sheepmobile goes on pit road. Did he retire from that? Let's see. No, he did not, but he's going to be multiple laps down. So Trolling is in 27th, 1 lap down. Eggdog is 29th, 1 lap down. Doge Cube is 31st, 1 lap down. So that's making it better for Hubris, who is 2 points above the cutoff line before this race, as she was in a very unfortunate situation after that problem she had last race. But Hubris is 11th. Sanic is eliminated, so he doesn't count. Hee Hee Ha runs 18th. Bob the Builder running 25th. So it's still up in the air on who's going to get in, because there's a bit of a gap. Not really much of a gap between 2nd and 5th. Or 2nd and 4th, actually. Or, yeah, and 5th. Oh, the 46 of Bob the Builder has a problem as well. Another playoff contender with issues. And he's got a damage to tire problem as well, but he's going to be able to make it back to pit road. And that might also seal his fate for a championship as well if things do not go his way. He's been strong all season. Won 2 races in a row earlier this season. And his season may go out with a tire bang, as he has to come back down pit road to potentially lose another lap, I believe. No, he is not a lap down right now, but he may go down a lap now. But another playoff driver is going to have issues here at Memphis. Not going back to green this time by because of the 46's problem. Someone's going to hit those tire barriers eventually. I can bet ya someone's going to get into those tire barriers. Bob the Builder makes it on the pit road, but he is unfortunately probably going to lose a lap here. And if he doesn't beat the pace car coming out, then he might actually. Let's see if he does. Looks like he will actually beat the pace car. There he is right there. And look at that. He did not lose a lap. And he had to change left side tires. Interesting. So it was on his left side. So Raccoon will lead them back to green once again. Miku is actually now in second. Third is Igus. Fourth is Egg is Among Us. Then Imposter is fifth. Sixth is Chow. Seventh is BV. Eighth is Melee Fox. Ninth is McQueen. And 10th is Cole. What a good run for that 28 team today. That'd be a good sleeper victory. I mean, we've had 2 sleeper victories recently. Would be nice if we could have a third. Also, I forgot to mention this at the start of the stream, but this track, unfortunately, does not exist anymore. I mean, it does, but it's closed down. So, unfortunately, I don't think any events are being held anytime soon. And I think they do plan on demolishing it, which is quite unfortunate, because this track is very fun. It used to hold Busch races in the past, as you can see, and Craftsman Truck Series races back in the 2000s, when both of those series were known as that. And a big jump on the restart for both Raccoon and Miku. Oh, caution's out already! Big crash on turn number 1. Looks like the 25 was involved, and we're back under caution again. It looks like she gets away. Let's rewind and see what happened to the 25. Ooh, looks like she got dumped by Sands Club. Oh, yeah, she didn't clear herself, and Fear gets a little damage, but overall, those are the only 3 that have been involved. Everyone else made it out of there clean. And now we're back under caution. Hoo boy. This might be one of those races. Races that you think might be long, but really aren't. Right now, the 45 has still led every lap this race, and even if someone else took the lead away, they would not be able to get the most laps led bonus. And that's going to go to the 45 of Raccoon today, as he has led the most laps in today's race, regardless of whoever leads anymore today, as he's currently led 53. Actually, I guess went to the third off of that restart. It looks like Chow fell back a little bit, but no one really got to change any positions before the end of that one. We've still got a couple more laps until we go green. Bob the Builder's still struggling after the start of this race. Still higher up in standings, but not that high. And this Hubris running 11th right now, almost in the top 10. Like I said, she's won at short tracks before, but she's also had bad luck at them too. Gateway and IRP, for example, are those examples of problems that she's had. I mean, Gateway was also the same race that we saw Miku flip at, and that was definitely something. could the 72 go on to get her second win of the season? Who knows? We've still got a long way to go. But Raccoon has been killing it on these restarts, especially on the outside line. So if he does it again, he could get away to another very solid lead. And it looks like we are still not going back to green. So still got a couple more laps left, I suppose. Checking my DMs. It's still very much undecided, and still very much up in the air on what our final four will be for the championship race this Sunday at Miami. It'll definitely be a spectacle for sure. Because I'll be skipping score anyway, so expect none of that this coming up Sunday. For your top 10 going on to the restart is Raccoon, then Miku, then Igus, then Among Us, then Imposter, then Chow, then BB, then Melee Fox, and then Lightning McQueen, then Cole. And that's your top 10. Let's see if they'll go without causing another caution for the rest of this race, maybe. Green flag is out. Looks pretty even so far between our leaders. This Trolling actually gets a bit of an advantage on the inside line. Oh, and Raccoon can't clear him. Can't clear him just yet as the 33 gets away. And if he hasn't the caution, he would be back on the lead lap. But Miku is not closing the gap that much. Actually, she's closing it now. Getting a bit of a run out of turn 4. Has now caught up to the leader, but not by very much. But she can still get there. As she's now goes to the bottom lane, and now she can challenge the 45 for the lead. Even though she lost a ton of ground there coming out of turn 2. Raccoon's going to stay ahead of everyone else for now. Raccoon trying to get past the 31 here, and now it's going to allow Miku to catch up a little bit. Actually, no, she did lose some momentum. Wow. 45 got really close to the wall there, coming off of the corner. Igus is still going to be in third. Fourth and fifth are still Among Us and Chow, but they are battling with lots of lap traffic right now from that first and probably only round of pit stops. Realistically, it's going to be between these two, but let's see if the 72 can catch the 45, passing for the lead. Flirting versus harassment. Ooh, Raccoon is actually getting much faster laps than Miku is right now. He still has the fastest lap at the race. I believe he actually did get a faster lap than his fastest lap recently, so that's fun. Looks like Beevy's going to try and pass Igus for position here. And she does. And now the 19's got to settle with battling for the 53 back here. Oh, Hubris is now in the top 10. I just noticed that on the ticker. She's now running 8th. This is a pretty good scenario for her now, as Cole and So Retro back there are battling for... Actually, no, Cole and Imposter. Now Packmobile and Imposter battling for position back here. The top 10 for this 97 will be a great thing for that team. Miko now falling further and further back, though, every lap, so it's looking to be more and more dire for a chance of the lead. But if she can just get better runs than Raccoon can. She ran a faster lap than he did there, so she is gaining a little bit. She just needs to get in that draft, which really only works on the straightaways, so she's going to need to put in the fastest laps of her life right now, try and get her second win this season. And even though she did not make the playoffs, she's still a pretty strong short track contender. She was a little faster that time, but she still lost in terms of speed. Raccoon's still a contender to be. Actually, probably is the fastest car on track right now. As Miku continues to fall further back. Actually, she was slightly faster than Raccoon was that lap, as their tires, I believe, now are starting to fall off just a little bit. 848, 926. So she did lose a little bit there. BV's now in third. Well, another short track runner this year, the 66 is. Among Us in fourth, August in fifth. Sixth is Sands Club. Seventh is Chow. Eighth is Hubris. Ninth is Cole. And then Packmobile's now in the top 10. Because Melly Fox is now in 11th. And Dragalia lost. Look at her in 12th now after being involved in that crash. Still has some pretty decent speed. If she can get in the top 10 after that, that would be a pretty big miracle for that team. But yeah, Minku's running much slower laps than Raccoon is now. 22.9, 22.8. Oh, she was faster, but she's running... Oh, got an alert here. It's the 42 of Jinx with a problem. And someone else is blowing up. It's the 07 of Hubris. Oh, and around goes the 53 in front of the 19, but he manages to stay on the track, but caution is out. Oh, and they're wrecking in the back. Cole is blown an engine too. Oh, Melee Fox gets airborne. Daisy's in the wall. And all of a sudden we have total and complete chaos as Hubris is stopped on track on the back straightaway. And if she had terminal engine damage, that may have just completely... Oh, it's over. It is so absolutely over. It is so unbelievably over for the 07. This is not what she needed at all. Among Us is done for the day. Cole is going to be done for the day. Looks like Cubendorf is going to be done for the day. Oh, never mind. Well, Jinx is still going. But that was just a huge amount of problems just at once. Let's go back and see what happened with the 53 at least. And how he got involved in this crash to begin with. First it was the 42 of Jinx that slowed up on track, and then I noticed, and then the 53 gets into him. Ah, Sheepmobile gets some damage. Unfortunate. And then he slides up, goes back up the track, and Cole gets into him, and so does Melee Fox. Somehow nobody in that pack got damaged, but Daisy gets thrust up into the wall. Cubendorf is probably done for the day. Oh yeah, he's done for sure. Uh-oh, Hubris is out with an engine failure. Engine header is the reason for retirement. That may have just ended her chance at a championship. Wow. And let's see when that happened as well, because I don't think we ever saw it actually happen, because we saw a little bit of smoke. It was on lap 70, I believe. She was slowing up right in front of the 28. Goes way down the track right behind Shadow. Actually, it was not on this lap. It must have been on turn 1. But the playoff choke, and there it is. There's the end. The final nail in the coffin for her playoffs chances. Did she get hit at all? Well, she was planning to stop anyway, so. And that's when the wreck happened right in front of her. But, wow, another major playoffs hit. And that's probably, yeah, like I said, that's probably going to end her chances for a championship. I still have no idea who it's going to be now, because... yeah, Cole is out of the race as well. So is Amelia Fox, so is Kubendorf. And so is Egg... oh, wait! Oh, no, it's Among Us. Eggdog is not out. But I believe now the only guys that are below the cutoff line are, I think, Trolling, Eggdog, and Omori Cube. So that may settle it. If Hubris is below the cutoff line, which he very well may be, because she never led a lap. And she was only 2 points above the cutoff line. She's going to finish at least 39th here today. So that may have just ended her chances at a playoffs bid. Which is good for Raccoon, it's good for Dragalia Lost, and it's good for, shit, who's the last one that made it in? That was user submitted. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was Sheepmobile. It's good for Sheepmobile, it's good for Dragalia Lost, and it's good for Raccoon, because those three are still able to fight for the grand prize. I believe Raccoon now actually has the best chance of doing that. It'll probably be between the 45 and the 07 at Miami. I'll probably give them green banners to show that they're battling for the Steam game. But wow. And we'll be going back to green next time by with less than 15 laps, or less than 25 laps to go here at Memphis. It's been a very exciting race so far. Had a lot of drama, a lot of action, and a lot of DNFs so far. Some more surprising than others. But it looks like your regular season champion will not make the Final Four today, and will not try and go for a bid for the championship. But she can still win the Steam game, she just won't be going for a championship. Raccoon's going to lead them back to green once again. Can he lead every lap in this race and walk away with the second win of the season? Let's see if he does. Green flag, and we are racing again at Memphis as Miku gets a great restart behind the 45 here. And she dives, but she is not clear of the 20, and she's going to get swallowed up on the outside line, I mean. And Raccoon gets away once again on this restart, but Eggdog is right there behind him, looking to pass. Miku slides up the track a little bit. She's going to lose a spot to actually no one on the lead lap. And BV's falling back further behind in third. Squidward is still a lap down. Oh, Sands Club is fourth. I didn't even realize that. He's in the top 5. Actually, it's the second race in a row he's been up at the top 5. And now he's getting passed by the 19 and potentially the 96 as well. Raccoon once again gets away with a crazy lead. He is super smooth on the outside lane, and that's how he's able to get huge jumps. With 20 laps to go left in this race, is there going to be any more drama, or will it be green for the end of this one? We don't know. As Miku now potentially under fire from BV, as BV takes a dive trying to get past the Coots, but she will not be able to get there. Chow now passes Igus for the 5th place position. Here comes Pagmobile looking for a top 5, battling with Sands Club for 6th. So Retro's going to get to 8th. Dragalia Lost his 9th, Imposter is 10th. And there's Pecorine trying to get into the top 10. Haven't mentioned her all race. She's been slowly making her way up after avoiding all the chaos of today. Miku's still running second. Now Beebe trying to pass her for the second place spot in that 66. But can she do it? Ooh, she falls off quite a bit there. Raccoon already up to a 2-second lead ahead of the 72. And Bob the Builder still struggling back there in 23rd. He's in 23rd, but he's still ahead of some playoff. Actually, he may still make the round of... well... I don't know. I'm thinking he might still make the round of 4 because Hubris is now out of the race. It's still unclear on what's going to happen here. Same thing with Trolling. I think he's going to make the round of 4, but we'll just have to wait and see. Or the championship 4, I mean. Miku now passes Doge Cube, but she's still got 1, 2, 3, just 3 more cubes left to pass to get to the 45 here in these closing laps. We may not have that much left, but we still got... It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till the white flag, and that's what decides it all. Still getting ahead now. Miku now trying to pass Eggdog. Can't do it. Can't get past him as Eggdog needs to keep as many positions as he can by staying ahead of the 72. Actually needs to pass the 7-4 position to try and stay in the playoffs, but right now it's looking very unlikely for him. Doge Cube also trying to stay in this. I don't even know where he is in the playoffs points, but he's definitely not very high as of right now. I still, like, this is still a very developing situation. Like, Hubris may still make the round of 8. I mean, it's possible, but it's very, very unlikely. Or the championship 4, I mean. It's very unlikely, but since she's out now, but it's still possible. But a win here would definitely increase Raccoon's chances of winning the grand prize at the end of the season. 40 bonus points, plus leading the most laps, plus leading a lap in general. That's the most amount of points you can get in one race. And the only other cube that has done that is Sheepmobile, who won at Nazareth. And Bob the Builder did it a couple times as well, but he's not cool. He's not as cool as the cool kids on the block. With less than 8 laps to go now. Ooh, Fear almost completely cuts off the 33 of Trolling there. Almost sent them both into the wall. That would have been big. Even with like 8 laps to go, that probably wouldn't have ended the race. Probably would have been a green-white checkered, but who knows. Now the rest of the field started to cool off a little bit, knowing that the end of the race is getting near. Here comes Raccoon. 7 laps to go. The rest of the field just trying to keep it clean towards the end of this one so the race does not end under yellow. And look at the 5 Hee Hee Ha. He's been great in this round of 8. And looks like he's going to absolutely make it into the next round. He's practically locked into this race because he's back in the top 10. He's Passenger Gaia lost for 9th, so he is making some spots here today. And so Retro, last race's winner, potentially can get another top 10 here. If nothing happens these last few laps. Packmobile could get a top 10. Chow could get a top 10. Same with Sands Club. So we could get a lot of sleepers in the top 10 today. Same with BV and Miku. So it's definitely a very interesting race for sure. Then you've got your other regulars like Igus, who another top 10. Not surprising for them. Or not surprising for her. So Mira, you're breaking the car. 3 to go. Actually, no. Three to go next time by. It's 4 to go, actually. Miku still cannot get past the 20. Is the caution out? No. Thought it was because there's some guys slowing up a little bit, but that's just the momentum. Is Raccoon going to lead every lap in this race? 3 to go. As Miku falls further and further back, Beefy looks like probably will not be able to pass her by the end of the race. 2 to go this time by. And 2 to go for a win and a chance at a grand prize for the 45. The dash for cash. I guess the dash for games. I still don't have an official name for it, but it's looking pretty more and more likely now with these 50 points potentially earned today. White flag, last lap for the 45. Can he be the second cube this season to lead every lap and win the race? Making it clean now, turns 3 and 4, 1 and 2. Now going into 3 and 4 for the final time. He won at Richmond earlier this year, locked himself into the playoffs, and now he's going to win here today at Memphis and lock himself into a chance to win the grand prize. Raccoon wins at Memphis. He sat on pole, led every lap, and won the race. Total and complete domination. Same thing that Sheepmobile did earlier this season. Miku gets second, Beefy third, Igus fourth, Sans Club fifth, Chow sixth, Pac-Mobile seventh, So Retro eighth, Jagaya lost ninth, Hee Hee Ha gets a top 10 to end off his excellent round of 8. And I'm going to post the round results to the Discord, and they'll be in the thumbnail, where I'll post the results, or the Championship 4 will be posted to the YouTube channel community tab. So look out for that later. Let me just export that again, make sure I got it right. This session is now complete. But that is it for the race here in Memphis. Catch in on Sunday for the season finale at Homestead Miami Speedway, where we will decide a champion. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on Sunday. Good night.